Hey, welcome in. We've got a very special midweek show because the Cincinnati Bearcats men's basketball team released their non-conference schedule for the 2025-26 season. I'm your host, Nick Niehaus, joined by Hudson Klauke. It's not often me and Hudson get together, but when we got some good stuff to talk about, we have a special edition of the midweek show. So that's what we're doing today. Hudson, how are we doing?
I just love talking hoops, man. I know we're in the midst of football seasons. Everyone's fired up about football, but hoops is where my heart is. So, and looking at this non-con schedule, man, I'm excited. I don't want to, tease too much, but it's not bad. I'm sure everybody's seen it already. We're really going to break this thing down.
It's not bad. There's some bad. There's some good, and there's some better from years previous, especially under the Wes Miller administration. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'll just rattle off some of the games here. Starting us off, Western Carolina. Hudson, if you can tell me their mascot without looking, that I would be impressed. What do you got for me?
What is that? I'm staring at the damn graphic. I still don't even know. Is that a saber-toothed tiger? What is that?
I think it looks like some wildcat of some sort. But then we got Georgia State coming in, Dayton and Mount St. Mary's before we head to Heritage and play Louisville. After that, we're back home with NJIT, Eastern Michigan, Tarleton State, a Friday night Crosstown Shootout on the road at Cintas Center. Back to the neutral sites. That's going to be a topic today. Georgia in Atlanta. Back to Fifth Third with Alabama State. Back to a neutral site with Clemson in South Carolina. And then we finish it off with Lipscomb. There's one thing that's pretty obvious when I'm reading off these schools and where we're playing them. I want to start with the positives, but I just can't because the negative is looking me right in the face. The home slate sucks. The home slate is terrible. Outside of Dayton, it is really bad. Really bad. I mean, here's the home slate. I know I just rattled them off, but once again, before I ask you on your opinion, Western Carolina, Georgia State, Dayton, Mount St. Mary's, NJIT, Eastern Michigan, Tarleton State, Alabama State, and Lipscomb. What in the world, Hudson?
As a season ticket holder, man, that's tough to look down that list. Like, you're not going to give me anything. You get Dayton, that's it. And, the fighting Tarletons of Tarleton State always put up a good fight. No doubt about that, but it's not good at all. The neutral site shit, dude, I know we're going to get into it, but it's ruining, like, the college basketball. It's all about, like, the fandom and going into somebody else's house. It's packed. The students are there. When you start doing this neutral site bullshit, it ruins, like, the essence of college basketball. And I know it's all about money now, NIL, the neutral site games, but it's like, is this what everyone's going nuts about with late stage capitalism? Is that really what's happening? It's not. No one cares that Amazon's taking over the world. I'm worried about the fact that we're playing Clemson on a neutral site. Bring it back home to a home and home, man. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. There's just nothing to look forward to at Fifth Third Arena. There's no, other than Dayton. There's really not anything. And I guess it's like, hey, we got the Big 12 slate coming. You season ticket holders are going to have plenty to look forward to, which we are as a season ticket holder myself. Like, we're just going to have to wait till January, which is okay. So we start off with the negative that the home slate sucks, but the positive is, and the negative of neutral sites suck. And we'll dive into those, but like, it's not a bad non-con overall. Wes has finally strung some games together that we're not looking towards Big 12 play. And it's like, okay, now it's time to build our resume. There's some resume building games in this non-con. Louisville is probably number one. Louisville is number one. That Louisville team is really, really good. And following behind them, is it Georgia? Is it Dayton? Is it Clemson? I'm not even going to say it's Xavier because I don't think Xavier, with especially their probable best player out. I don't know the timeline of that, but I think people were looking at him being their best player. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid games. 5 solid games. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I mean, Louisville, the nice thing is, November 21st, Louisville. That's a top 10 preseason team. They're going to be very good. We're going to figure out kind of right away, like, are we competitive with a team like Louisville on a neutral floor? Obviously, things can change drastically from a team in November to later down in the season, but at least we're going right into it. It's almost like UC playing Nebraska. It's like, all right, here we go. Like, buckle up. This is a real team. And you do have some opportunities with these neutral site games with the quads and everything that helps us out a little bit. So if you win one of those, you can get those quad 1 wins. We'll see what happens. Like Xavier on the road, that might very well be a quadrant 2 win. Just with what we've kind of seen with the roster and the injury stuff. Yeah, I said it. That might be a quad 2 on the road, folks. I don't know if they're going to be top 75. That's what I'm saying here. But yeah, I think they have opportunities here. And as far as like, it's not a loaded non-con slate, but it's better than what we've seen in the past with UC basketball. A lot of times it's like, wait till, even in the Big East, it was like, wait till we play in the actual conference games, then we can find out what we are. We got some good games here. And I don't know why certain coaches don't do this all the time. Like, I would just load up. They don't penalize you for losing to good teams. So I kind of like the strategy. We'll see how good like a Clemson and a Georgia is. I would assume Clemson's going to be pretty solid. Georgia's always got talent. So it's kind of a wait and see there, but they have opportunities. What do you think we'd have to go? Like, what's your target for non-conference slate wins and losses?
I'm going to exclude the bye games of the low major teams. So let's just talk about the 5 between Dayton, Louisville, Xavier, Georgia, and Clemson. And again, like, it is don't get me wrong, it's disaster mode if we lose one of those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bye games. If we lose one of those 8, that's terrible. Like that, we have 8 must-win games because the other, it's low major. But talking about the 5, you got to go 3-2 at the very least. At the very least. I mean, we haven't won in Cintas Center since, what was that, 2001. I was 4 years old, Hudson. I was 4 years old. If that year is correct, which I think it is. But Dayton, the jury's out on them. Obviously, we spanked them last year, and that's finally a home game. Louisville's going to be really good. It's hard not to chalk that up as a loss at this given moment. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that I don't think we have the guys to get it done, but like, Louisville's a top 10 team preseason, like you said. I mean, they got Conwell. They from Xavier. They got Khalifa from BYU, a couple guys that we know. McNeely from Virginia, who was like their best player. Kashawn Pryor. They have a really, really good team. But then you got to take care of business in the neutral sites, which pretty much are away games with Georgia and Clemson. Like, that's in both of their home states. Why not just make those away games? Why is it because Georgia and Clemson don't want those at home? I don't understand, because it's going to be the same. It's going to be the Nebraska effect. I'm not traveling to Atlanta, Georgia. Well, it's a Saturday game. I possibly could travel to Atlanta, Georgia for this game, but like Greenville, South Carolina on Sunday for a Clemson game, like, you're not going to have a ton of Bearcat fans, and it's neutral, so we don't get the net bump. But I guess those could be like classics. I think one is called, let me see. It's the, what is that? The not midsummer.
The midweek show classic.
The Holiday Hoops Giving Classic is one. And then the Greenville Winter Invitational. What is this? We were in Maui.
Repeat that again. The Greenwood Winter Invitational. Is that what you just said to me?
Greenville Winter Invitational.
All right. This is never mind. This is an ass slate. We're playing in the Greenwood Winter Invitational now? How low we've become. Holy shit.
Hey, Holiday Hoops Giving is our MTE, which is Georgia. I don't know. I don't get why we're not playing those away, but you got to go 3-2. You got to take care of the 2 neutral that are away. Then Louisville basically at home, but in Heritage Bank. And you just got to win against Xavier. You just got to do it. They're not going to be any good. Their own fans are finally admitting they're not going to be any good. And it's like, when was the last time Xavier had a team going into the year where it's like, these guys are going to stink? You know, like, there was one year when they got like Ryan Wellage and what was that? The first year of Travis Steele, I'm pretty sure, where it's like this Xavier team's not going to be any good. Like usually they have a decent roster going in. You got to win at Cintas.
Yeah, that might be the biggest must win ever. Like if you're not going to win this year, and I know, obviously like we had some pretty crazy offseason stuff happen regardless. If you don't win this year, like you're just never going to win. I'm going to die without a win in Cintas since 2001, because this is the year to do it. And you got to get that. And I think that you got to beat Louisville's going to be a tough one. I think you got to beat Clemson on a neutral site, because I feel like Clemson's probably the second best team on this slate. And I'm really just looking at that based on historically, Clemson's been pretty solid the last, 5 years or so. So I think you got to win those, and you got to beat Georgia too. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe we got to go 4-1.
You gotta the two must wins. Like when looking at those five, like Dayton and Xavier, like Dayton at home, you killed them last year. I don't know if I'd have to look up the portal to see like who they got. I have all the rosters of all the other teams. For some reason, I didn't pull up Dayton. I know Xavier's roster. Those two you got to win. Louisville, we'll chalk it up like it would be an amazing upset if we took them down. And then Georgia Clemson, like split one of those,
Right.
3-2, 4-1, 4-1. I'm feeling really good. If we have one loss heading into conference play, I'm feeling very good, because the thing that people were upset with Wes about was that we weren't prepared for Big 12 play. We were playing Cupcake City, no preparation. We're at least prepared playing good teams. The difference is going to be, are we prepared playing on the road? The only actual hostile environment that we know is going to happen in the non-con is the Crosstown Shootout. Like Georgia and Clemson, they're in their home state, but like I'm just scarred from Nebraska. Like here I'm thinking like, oh, the arena is going to be full with Georgia and Clemson fans, but like, is it? I don't know. Like those aren't huge basketball fan bases. Those are both football schools.
Right. Like I'm sitting there thinking, like, does Clemson have a big we can ask Victor Locken. We're definitely going to have to get Vic Locken back on the show when we play Clemson, because I would be shocked if it's like just covered in orange, even though it is close. But I don't think they travel like that. So you're right. I mean, it's not going to be Cintas will be rocking no matter what, even if they haven't won a game yet. That place will be on fire. So you'll be able to see that. But you're right. I mean, we're not doing much road games. We're not going to be tested there. And then obviously once you get into Big 12 play, those road games are going to be brutal. So if we come out with one loss, I'd be shocked. I really would. But that would be absolutely fantastic. And if we beat Louisville, we talk about getting ahead of our skis. Like we'll be hanging banners already. I mean, that's just a fact. That's just what we do.
I absolutely would be getting ahead of my skis when it came to that. What game excites you the most, and why is it Louisville?
Yeah, it's Louisville, because dude, Pat Kelsey, Elder High School, rah rah rah. We know the drill. But they just have so much. I mean, you listed some of the guys. Like they were good last year. They got even better, man. Like it's like the rich get richer. That team is absolutely loaded, and I think we're going to find out who we have on our team, who are real gamers. I know we kind of overuse that cliche a little bit, but that's going to be a tough environment. I really wish that's here, right? US Bank.
Yeah, it's at Heritage. Yep.
This year. And then we're doing like a neutral site next year towards Louisville. That's just similar shithole down there. Because
not comparable.
That's going to be very much heavy Louisville attendance as well. I mean, they travel, obviously it's an hour and a half away. They're going to be all over the place. Mm-hmm. So I think you're going to get some type of a road environment almost, even though it's, 20 minutes from the stadium, kind of similar to Dayton last year. So that's by far the number one game. And then obviously Xavier, and I think I'd say Clemson is the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to zig. I'm going to go the Crosstown Shootout simply because and this is coming from somebody who last year guaranteed a double-digit victory because I thought Xavier stunk last year, and they ended up in the tournament. But I'm most excited for the shootout because I think they stink. I think we can smoke them on the road in Cintas Center, but they have some magic there. Like we have obviously not been able to win there in a long, long time. I think I think we do it. Like I have full confidence. Like I think this is, I mean, our roster, you know, you ask 10 people who are up to date on college hoops with no bias, 10 are picking our roster over theirs for sure. Like, and with their probable best player injured as well. So I'm most excited for the shootout because I think we're just going to go in there and take care of business. And I think
I've heard this before, dude. I mean, if we could look at things objectively and be like, I mean, the amount of times that I've looked at our roster and been like, oh, like this is a no brainer. Like we have a better roster top to bottom than Xavier. And we go in, I mean, 2 years ago, we felt so confident we'd go into Cintas and win. And they kicked our ass. I mean, they really did. Obviously, they're way more talented 2 years ago than they are this year. But it's, you know, the old saying, throw out the record books. Throw out the rosters.
Let me explain myself. I know what I'm doing here. Like, I know that I sound like an idiot. Like, let's be full. But, like, I'm putting my take on the line here. And it's like, if not now, when are we going to win at Cintas? Like, I get that, like, I probably just gave some bulletin board material and they're like, they don't like, their fans are like idiots. Like, yeah, they haven't won here in forever and they're this confident that they can come in and beat us. Like, I get it. That was probably an idiotic thing to say, but like, what else am I going to be able to say it? Because, I mean, I don't think Pitino's a bad coach. So I think it's just obviously the, you know, state of college basketball we're in. When your coach leaves, you have to start brand new. So that's what I'm most excited about. But you know what? One thing that I think, you know, I didn't mention, or we didn't mention with the neutral site, like these have to be NIL based. So maybe that's it. Like that's like you mentioned with capitalism. Like if we have to do these for NIL to pay our players, I guess so be it. But like it does definitely hinder us, because if we go in and we win on the road, that's a much better resume builder than neutral site. But I get that there's things you have to do. And again, this goes back to Nebraska. I get it. But I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I guess it's different because it's Georgia and Clemson.
It's a lot of NIL stuff. I don't know the ins and outs, but essentially apparently the profit from these neutral site games can go directly to NIL funds, which doesn't work when it's actually at a university's home stadium. So that's why it sucks. It's like, all right, great. But I mean, that kind of ruins like the essence of college basketball. But the thing with the neutral site, though, you can still get those. It's basically 1 through 50 in the net rankings gets you a quad 1 win. So like looking down this schedule, I would say, you know, out of the non-con, like Dayton at home could potentially be like a quadrant 2. Louisville neutral will be quad 1. Xavier possibly quad 1 on the road, probably 2. And then you're looking at Georgia and Clemson, which could both potentially be quad 1 wins. So you could stack up, you know, depending on if those teams are any good, but right around that 50 range, I could see it. You could stack up some good out-of-conference wins when you're looking at that, you know, March resume down the line, which we desperately needed last year, didn't get it. So I think they have opportunity to really pad that resume, which is a good thing.
That is a good thing. And I kind of briefly touched on it earlier. I'm curious your side on it. Like, which side do you land on when it's like, okay, I'm glad we're going to be prepared because we play better teams, or we're not going to be prepared because we're not playing anybody on the actual road? Which side do you land on?
I like the first one. We're playing actual teams. They're not all at home. Like we said, most of the home games are cupcakes anyway. So they're going to be not in their home arena. It's, you know, pseudo road games, if you will, especially ones down south that are closer to the other team. So I'll take what we can. I wish they could throw in, you know, a real road game out of conference. Cause like I said, it doesn't hurt you at the end of the day. Like even if you lose those games, it doesn't hurt you come March.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know I wish I didn't lead off the show with like, you know, complaining about the home slate, because I feel like there's been a whole lot of negativity. There's been all I've done is complain the last week. I don't want this to just be I get on the mic and I complain. Like, I'm very happy with what we've done with the non-con when it comes to our opponents. Louisville was a great ad. Georgia, great ad. Clemson, great ad. 2-3 winnable games right there. And then I like that we've been playing Dayton recently. Like that's a local school. We just got to get the Ohio State. We got to get Indiana, Butler, Purdue. We need like the tri-state tournament for an MTE. I need a better MTE. I need better home games, and I need to get rid of these neutral site games. Those are the three things.
Those are the three things. That's it.
Yeah.
I've been complaining for 30 plus years, man. This is kind of what we do. This is par for the course. So, I mean, much better than the last couple of years. So we'll take it.
Mm-hmm. No, we'll take it. Any final thoughts? We've gone 20 minutes on a non-conference schedule.
No, I think we said everything, man. I'm excited to get into it. First and foremost, hopefully the Bearcats can throw for more than 69 passing yards this weekend against Bowling Green.
I was gonna say, hey, I said final thoughts, but you haven't been on the show since Nebraska. What can you give me some takes here that you've been keeping on your chest about the
football team,
about the whole Nebraska situation, about Bowling Green, Pudge the Cat.
Pudge, I mean, honestly, I just love Eddie George. Like he was like my favorite player growing up. So it's tough to see. I mean, hey, what if Bowling Green becomes a lead? Scott Satterfield continues to shit the bed. We bring in Eddie George. He's like the, much less personality version of a Deion Sanders, kind of a superstar guy under the radar though. But yeah, I mean, look, the Nebraska game, we lost by 3 to a team that people are picking to kind of be a dark horse all over the place. It did not look pretty. You got to throw the ball down the field. The amount of screens and bullshit that we were running. And then Sorsby was having these happy feet moments where it looked like he just didn't even want to pass the ball. He's got to clean that up. I still have faith in Sorsby until I don't, which may come sooner than I thought. But all in all, man, we had every opportunity to win that game, and it was an abomination of a football game to watch. And the defense looked good, man. I did not think the defense was going to look better than the offense, but it looks like a damn continuation of the end of last season where we couldn't do shit on offense.
Yeah,
those are my takes.
Yeah, bend don't break. It's somewhat worked. I mean, only 20 points to a team that people like, like Raiola. I saw another ranking that has him as the second best quarterback in that league. I feel okay. I feel okay to, after some days sitting on it. Like, I don't know. Apparently the Nebraska DBs are pretty good. So that's one thing that we've seen on our comments of all the Nebraska fans who have been great, by the way, commenting on all our videos. They're like, man, you guys don't realize like our DBs are pretty good. So I have hope. And you know what? We need a 22-point victory to get that bad taste out of our mouth. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, glad we were able to break it down. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Post Bowling Green. See ya.
Peace.